Hi, it's Heather again. So today I'm going to give you some tips for living in Laos about some of the things in English that you are going to hear that might not make sense at first. All right, so let's get started. The first one is small Saturday. So if you hear someone say small Saturday, they are talking about Friday. So a popular thing to do in Lao is if something is a lot like something else, but it's not quite as big or as good or quite exact, they'll put the word small in front of it. So small Saturday, Friday. Another one that you'll hear with the word small is small wife. So a small wife is a mistress, basically. So if you are a man of much means and wealth in Laos, you may have your wife, and then you might also have a small wife. So this small wife, you would pay for her apartment or pay for her house and take her out to dinner and things like that. The more small wives you have, the wealthier you are. So this is if you hear the phrase small wife. Another word you might hear is kik. So your kik is not like a small wife. A kik is equal opportunity. So either a guy or a girl can have a kik, and that's basically someone that you kind of just hook up with on the side. And apparently lunch hour is a very popular time to go meet your kik, or so I'm told. The next is a phrase you might hear called long hair dictionary. So in Lao, it is popular for a foreign man to have a Lao girlfriend. And a typical foreign man does not speak Lao language. He needs someone to translate for him. His girlfriend is the long-haired dictionary who speaks Lao for him. So the long-haired dictionary, if you're a foreign guy, that's your girlfriend. If you're meeting a Lao person for the first time, one of the questions you might ask them is, what do you like to do in your free time? So this is going to get you answers like their hobbies and what they do on the weekend, things like that. If you ask a Lao person, what do you like to do for fun? You're not going to get very far. If you ask them what they like to do for free time, that's when you can really get a conversation going. An English phrase you'll hear a lot in Lao is step by step. So we don't really use this phrase too much in English or in Canada where I am, but in Lao it's used quite a bit to talk about how you have to do things slowly or progress. You have to get your passport step by step. You have to do your assignment step by step. So improving your English, you need to do step by step. Improving your Lao pronunciation, you'll go slowly, step by step. Something else you might hear in Lao is someone talk about a study tour. So a study tour is what we would call a field trip. So this is when either their workplace or their school took everyone out and you went to visit a museum or visit another workplace or to go even to a foreign country. This is called a study tour. Something you'll see in Lao in photos of your friends on their cell phone, they'll be making this sign right here with their finger and thumb together, especially if they're at a wedding. So what this is, it might be hard to see, but it's a little heart. So it means love. On your phone, if you have Lao friends, is sometimes they'll have the number 5 come up a lot. So they'll say something and then 555 after it. So what is this 555? Well, in Lao language, the number 5 is pronounced like ha. So you put a few of those together, ha ha ha. 555 is like the English texting LOL. All right, that's it. So I hope you learned a few things that will help you with your time in Lao when you're speaking and when you are texting and using your phone. All right, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.